What's up? It's Rob Cressy, and I want to share lessons learned from my first experience buying and selling packs or moments on NBA Top Shot, as well as dig a little bit more into my strategy around why I sold the moments that I did sell. So let me start at the very beginning. And I first found out about NBA Top Shot on Twitter when all of a sudden, boom, 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 there's just a barrage of activity. So I'm like, boom, let's check into this. Liked the concept, love that it's built on blockchain, love the NBA. And as we've all experienced, it is extremely difficult to get your hands on packs. Nonetheless, even though I didn't completely understand the market, I knew that I wanted to, so I signed up for an account. And as good fortune would have, while I was at Disney at Hollywood Studios last Saturday, I get an email that says, "Hey, congratulations. We have randomly selected you to purchase a Cool Cats pack of NBA Top Shot. And the cost of this, $14. So I'm like, all right, let's go. Don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm excited for the experience and I'm excited to learn. So I go there, put in my $14. It's like, hey, in the next few days, you will get your pack. Don't worry, we'll send it to you via email and you can open this up. So I open up my pack and what do I get? But let me see if I can show you. No, don't have that open yet. I get 5 cards, a LeBron James Dunk, a Derrick Jones block of LeBron James, a Gordon Heyward jumper, a John Wall dunk, and a Nerlens Noel block. And I look at the 5 moments, and it says they're limited edition on 4 of them, and then the Nerlens Noel card is a common, but none of them really seem to stand out to me. And actually, let me share my screen and I'll show you what exactly were the cards that I did get. Here we go. All right, here we go. So here's the cards that we've got. We've got this LeBron James dunk right here. So I'm like, all right, LeBron James, anything? That's good. So let's click on this bad boy. And here's the dunk. Boom. All right, LeBron yokes it. All right, I like this. So I'm looking at this. It's number 5575 out of 7,500. It's a limited edition. But what do I notice here? All right, well, the Clippers beat the Lakers, which that's not good for the value. It's obviously good that LeBron does this. So I take a look at the marketplace and boom, for sale by collectors. And let's see if we can pull that up right here. What's available? So I'm like, all right, well, lowest price at $340, highest price $250,000. I'm like, wow, that is a lot of money right there for this moment right here. But let's explore these listings. And what do I see? I just see numbers all over the place. Just people thinking that they're about to get rich and just going through these numbers. And what is my strategy or what am I noticing at the moment in the LeBron James moment? And I'm like, you know what? There's a very saturated market. People think that they're going to get rich. And for me, I didn't see a ton of value in that moment. Was the dunk cool? 100%. But it was in a losing game. Because it's a losing game, no one's really going to remember it. So it's really just a LeBron James dunk. So I see that the lowest price that it's sold is $350. I see what else is out there in the marketplace. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it up for $290. This is my first time doing it. To the credit of NBA Top Shot, they make it extremely simple to put your moment on the marketplace. And to much of my delight, literally within 2 minutes, boom, that card sells, or that moment sells for $290 for something that is a common. And, oh, you didn't see that. Let me show you that. Boom. So it sells for $290. I'm like, whoa, I can't believe this. So I've got this Gordon Heyward jump shot. And when I see this, I'm like, this thing is pretty worthless because it's Gordon Heyward just making a jumper in a game. The Hornets win, but it's just a common. Boom. Nice silky jumper right there. I see the top sales for $14. I'm like, you know what? I want to get this bad boy sold. I end up selling it for $9 instantly. And I'm like, I can't believe that these things are selling like this. So let's get to the next thing that I've got. This Derrick Jones Jr. block. Once again, Didn't really think anything of it, but somehow someone thought $217 was good. So LeBron goes in. Oh, that is kind of a cool moment. He blocks LeBron James, but it is just Derrick Jones Jr. Let's look at this. Serial number, nothing of note. It is limited edition. What's his stat line for that game? 5 points, 1 of 9. But the Blazers do win. Is this something that people are going to be like, oh my God, I got to get my hands on this Derrick Jones thing? I didn't really think so. So for me, I looked to see what were the most recent sales, and boom, I sold that bad boy for $217. And then the last one for me was a John Wall dunk. It was just a common. It was pretty much worth nothing, yet somehow I was able to sell that for $12. So why in the world did I do all of this? Well, one, I was able to turn a $14 investment in a Cool Cats pack into over $500. What can I do? Well, I can buy more packs and hopefully do this whole flipping thing over again. But what was really my strategy and mindset into why I sold all of this in the price that I did? Number one, I saw an extremely saturated market right there. So there's tons of these, and even though these are limited edition, this is in beta, so there's a scarcity element right now. So right now it's hot, hot, hot. But when I looked at each of these moments, I didn't see anything special. It was cool to see a dunk. It was cool to see a block. But fast forward 3 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, when there's a much more mature market, is someone really going to want that moment? Does it really have that much value to it? And I think back to when I was collecting cards as a kid, and everyone was like, oh my God, these cards are going to pay for college. Greg Jeffries, future stars. Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. This Shaquille O'Neal, all rookie teams. Didn't end up happening. Doesn't mean that we're not going to see some sort of maturation right now, because certainly the trading card industry is exploding. And I do believe this Top Shot marketplace does have value in it. But right now, it was more valuable for me to, one, learn how to buy and sell this, and two, actually get something sold. Because what I was seeing is in the market right now, a lot of people want to try and get rich. Here's the problem. It's hard to get rich when there's 5,000 other people who have the exact same thing as you, and there's nothing that says one thing is any different than another than a specific serial number. And of course, those are going to sell for something different. So with me, I'm like, all right, I've got a common of something that's limited edition. Let me try and churn and burn this to see if I can do something else with this money or with these digital assets. Or I don't even know what in the world I got. It's 500 either dollars or tokens or whatever. And I'm curious to hear from you. What is your thoughts on NBA Top Shot? What is your strategy in buying packs, selling packs, buying and selling moments? What are your thoughts on my strategy on all of this? Because what I saw was, one, what is the lowest price that one of these have sold for? And then number two, let me undercut that and immediately be the lowest sold price. Because so many people were living right above that lowest sold price. So if it was going for, like the LeBron James was going for $350, I went $290. Well, everyone's living in the $350 to $370 to $400 range. To me, that's just stale. In the market, you're just not selling. So for me, unless you're sitting on a huge asset, boom, let's get this out of my hands and do something else with it. I am a little bit more excited right now because how quickly these things sold, and this absolutely blew my mind. When I put the LeBron James Dunk on there, it was literally sold in 2 seconds, and I was like, whoa. And then I put the Gordon Heyward thing up there, and that was sold in 2 seconds. And that's what really got my wheels turning, because to me, that Gordon Heyward shot, completely worthless. When I got it, I was like, there is nothing special about this. I mean, it's just a Gordon Heyward jumper in a regular season game. Gordon Hayward's fine and all, but I'm not going to be telling my kids about this jumper that he had. Yet somehow someone thought it was worth $12. And you know what? It's more valuable for me to have that $12 because I paid $14 for that Cool Cats pack in the first place. And then seeing that Derrick Jones Jr. block go for over 200, I'm like, well, it's probably the most valuable for me because I saw he was blocking LeBron James, but then everything else around it didn't really do it for me. Like, once again, you're not telling your kids about Derrick Jones Jr. going 1 of 9 from the field for 5 points, in blocking LeBron James. But the marketplace tells me otherwise. Boom, sold just like this. So What, of course, I don't have right now on, what is this, February 2nd, is the foresight of what is this market going to mature into. Could we look down 5, 10, 20 years from now and be like, oh my God, Rob, you sold that LeBron James dunk and that's now worth what, $10,000 because it's limited edition? I don't know. Create whatever number that you want. And I think that's what a lot of people are experiencing right now is they think that they are paying for college with whatever they got out of these out of these packs. Some people, sure, they will. They're seeing some of these sale prices, but I think for the majority of the market, there's an overinflation on the bottom end of things. But once again, I am new to this, but I do understand value as a sports bettor, as someone who plays fantasy sports, as someone who collected cards my entire life as a kid. I do understand marketplace. I do understand value. So those are my first thoughts from my first NBA Top Shot experience. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Do you have an NBA Top Shot account? If so, have you purchased any packs or even been able to get your hands on any packs? Have you dabbled in the marketplace at all? Are you buying or selling? Are you going in there and getting moments? I don't understand a ton about what you're doing in terms of building a collection and what that really looks like. So inform me, help me understand it a little bit more. I just wanted to share my experience from what just happened to me 15 minutes ago where I turned $14 into $500 just like that. And I'm like, all right, there is something here. So that's what's on my mind. You can hit me up at Rob Cressy, Twitter and Instagram. If you want to jam about this, you can hit up at Bacon Sports on all social media platforms. If you're looking to create some amazing sports content. Other than that, sending tons of good vibes your way. Hope you have yourself an amazing rest of the day.